think that, unfortunately, there's a lot that's being lost and not being taught, being passed down with the art of professional wrestling, the real psychology of the wrestling business. Wrestlers these days believe that it's all about two things. One, it's about the physicality, and two, it's about having a great match. Neither one of those things are important at all. The physicality is the least important thing in the wrestling business, because no matter what you do, there are only 8 things that the general audience can physically relate to that happens in the ring. Therefore, your big, amazing move that you think the people think killed the guy, they don't buy it because they've never experienced it. In fact, they think the ring's a trampoline or a mattress. No matter how hard you slam the guy down on the mat, they're not going to believe that it killed him or hurt him unless it has some kind of direct consequence. You go on any independent show, anywhere, and even if you go in TNA or WWE and you ask a lot of, hey, who wants to have the best match on the show tonight? Almost every hand will go up in the locker room. Not to have the match that sells the most tickets. And that really is a wrestler's job, is to become a great attraction, to motivate an audience emotionally to pay to see them.
Al, how did the car crash replace the psychology?
It became a matter of working for noise and not working for a pop. The real term for pop is short for to make an audience pop their nut, come in their pants, have an orgasm emotionally. And you spend all your time working up to get it. It doesn't matter how amazing or incredible the next 15 moves you have are planned to do. They just want you to sandwich and go to sleep. Emotionally, they'll reach a climax, but then the guys just keep going because, of course, they've got to get this stuff that they planned they think is really cool in. But WrestleMania 3 was around the time that a lot of the older veteran wrestlers were leaving the business and leaving a lot of the younger wrestlers without guidance like they had years past. And that was where the what we used to call the newsletters or dirt sheets were starting to pick up traction. The mindset that Randy Savage and Ricky Steamboat had the best match at WrestleMania 3, which I disagree. I think they had an amazing match, but the best match at WrestleMania 3 was Hogan and Andre, because 93,000 people paid to see Hogan and Andre. I always ask the guys, okay, I want you to tell me one thing that happened in the Savage and Steamboat match. Now, I want you to tell me the Hogan-Andre match. You know how many people can tell me great detail about the Hogan-Andre match? Not anybody can tell me anything about the Savage-Steamboat match except for maybe the arm drags. All the wrestlers wanted to be the Savage-Steamboat match on the show, and none of them wanted to be the Hogan-Andre match on the show because that was not considered to be a great match. Hogan is considered not to be a great worker when really he was an amazing worker. He knew how to make himself a draw and did so. It's no longer about who can draw the most money. It's now, who's going to have the best match. The only way you know you had the best match, honestly, is if fans write in a forum and say you had the best match. So now you're basing what you do on the judgment of somebody who's never done it. That's crazy. It's not just the wrestlers, the writers, everyone now are directed by this vocal forum of fans who believe they know as much as the wrestlers do, even though they've never had the experience to do it. For instance, I love medicine. I'm a huge fan of medicine and medical procedures, so much so that I've watched every medical show on TV. Now, Vince, if I were to get sick or break a leg and I go to the doctor, should I tell the doctor how to fix me?
No.
Why not?
Yep.
I mean, I've got just as much information as he does. Maybe because he's got experience and he knows how to use that information, and I don't. That's the problem, is that we as a industry now dictate and direct our performances based off of a vocal few. A wrestler's job is to do one thing and one thing only, and that's to sell tickets. What one ticket do you know you're going to sell every time? That vocal fan. Why? Well, because if he don't watch your performance, he can't go on the internet or on a forum or a newsletter or tell his friends and family how much he knows about what you do. And let's face facts. Any critic, whether it's a critic of wrestling, a critic of TV, they don't criticize you to put you down. And they don't criticize you to put you over. They criticize you to tell everyone else how much they know about what you do. That's it. They criticize you to put themselves over. So if they don't watch you, they don't get the opportunity to put themselves over.
That's a great point, Al.